Hello. My music is still playing. My face is so bloated right now. Hi, I've been gone, but I'm back. And I want to do an apartment tour because I'm really proud of my apartment. And honestly, I do not have that many video ideas lately. First thing I want to show you guys is my awesome corner with my awesome stuff. This is probably 3-ish months of clean laundry that still needs to be hung up. I just kind of dig in here. That's my honestly very humble trash collection. I feel like people should be proud because it could be more, but it's not. It's very manageable. Fucking paper mache, all my fabrics and all that. Yeah. And long since I filmed a video that I've forgotten how to talk like a regular person when I film, so you're gonna have to like forgive me for that. Yeah. Over here, I have my record player that's also a CD player, and it's also a radio, and it's also a cassette player, and it's also got Bluetooth, and it's also got USB. And then under there are all my records. Okay, actually pause. Record collection. Obviously, we got Dear God, I Hate Myself. Yes, we do. We have the Cramps. We have the Cramps. Yes, we do. We have Elvis Costello. I'm a big Elvis Costello fan. I'm sorry. I know, like, love him, hate him. Tears for Fears. The Cure. The Wall. This. That. Devo. It's been a while, Devo. You hiding from me? Queen. I honestly don't listen to Queen that much anymore, but, you know, I feel like it's a childhood staple. Duran Duran. Love Duran Duran. Of Monsters and Men, I don't listen to as much either, but that is such a childhood staple. I have, like, I think a few of their CDs, too. My CDs are in the other room. Planet P. I bought this because it looked really cool, and it's called Planet P, and it reminded me of Planet Piss from Metalocalypse, and that's really why I bought it. And honestly, the music, like, it's okay. It's definitely, it's not my favorite, but I do like it. I might sell that one at some point. Nirvana. More Gorillaz. Yeah, we know. What is this? Is this more Devo? Yeah, Devo. Michael Jackson. I had such a fat crush on Michael Jackson as a kid. I still can't, like, to this day, I don't know if he was actually, like, a creep or if he was just, like, a kind of strange guy. Because I really do relate to all of his strangeness. Like, I really feel like I get him in a way. Michael Jackson. Oasis. And Weezer, whatever, man. I don't even know why I own that. I'll listen to that maybe once in my life, and then Pretty Odd. Ancient ass shit. Ancient. Oh, God. And as we rotate mine, I hung up photos from when I was little. I didn't even know I had these. But I went back to, these are all my Christmas presents that I haven't fucking wrapped yet. I need to get on that. God, so much shit. Look, there's me as a baby. Baby Sippy. Maybe I shouldn't show this because I don't actually know who those people are. What else is over here? Yeah, this stuff from high school too that I'm not in contact with the people, but like, it's cute decor. I love this. I've literally bitten waiting so fucking long to try to get all my old paintings that I've done down here so I can hang them. But as I can't drive, that shit is not happening. Hi, Lenny. Hi. As we can see on this side, I've got a ticket to something I don't remember, and then a bunch of these free bookmarks I think I got from the library. Or maybe like a local art museum. I do not remember. It's been forever ago. And then all of my fucking Gravity Falls shit that came with the Journal 3. And a postcard that I guess at some point I accidentally cut in half, which I'm really sad about that because it had a letter on the back. But you know what? It's okay. I found this in a thrift store book. I'm just obsessed with it. I'm just a big fan. These guys, they seem like a good time. These ones are photo experiments I did while at like a pre-college art program. I don't totally remember the name of the method, but yeah, as you can see, they did not really turn out. This is surprisingly not a shoreline. I don't even know what this is a photo of to begin with, but it's not a shoreline. Definitely looks like one, or that could be because I'm colorblind. But yeah, I don't know. And then all of my dinosaurs, all of these dinosaurs used to belong to my ex-step-dead grandfather, who also got me this giant dog. And fun fact, this dog remind you of anything? It reminds you possibly of Ralph from the Muppets. I think, right? I'm not a huge Muppets fanatic, but he would play that song at the end of the Muppets all the freaking time, and he gave me this dog that looks like Ralph. I find it funny. Why do you watch this channel? And down here I have photos of friends. These, I only hung up photos of friends that I actually fucking like. And even, like, a lot of these are from, oh, that's family. These are from, like, pre-college program shit. Literally not in contact with those people anymore, but that was, like, a formative experience, okay? We have my little jewelry hanger. We have this dog collar I made out of pony beads. My cat's collar. You get the picture. That's my candy hanger. I'm a big fan of earrings, as you can see. Very much fuck with the signature earring. And then honestly, the only things I wear over here are my bolo ties and these black necklaces. And then I dip into this occasionally, but like, I've really progressed past my chain and bead phase, I feel. Evolution! This area is my pride and joy. Here we've got my violin, viola, mandolin, and ukulele, and my guitar, which I never fucking play my guitar. And I broke my fucking violin bow, so I can't play my violin or my viola. But you know what? I also got a flute, and then there's a little harmonica that belonged to my ex-stepdad grandfather. But this is my altar. This is my altar. It's my altar. This is a wand that I'm currently, I plan on eventually turning this into a flail with different little, like, metal bits on the end that I can just go, like, whatcha? Yeah, you get it. But that wand is going to be specifically for wards, curses, banishment. I have my little pocket New Testament that somebody gave me on the street. My simplified personal tarot that is just going to have some base info on them to, hang on. So, like, obviously these are so crazy far from being finished, but basically I'm going to have the number, the name, rune association, zodiac, planet, element, herbs that are associated, various things like that, angel possibly. I've been wanting to get into angelology, but I do feel a little frightened about that because if you know me, you know that I started out my, like, occulty. That's not true, really. At the end of the day, that's not true that I started out my witchcraft journey with Luciferianism. I think that I've always definitely had it in me, and I've always been doing shit just, like, intuitively. That is definitely witchcraft, but my purposeful introduction to occultism and craft has been Luciferianism, demonology, shit like that. And I worry that I'm just not really like the type of entity to work well with angels sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Their Peace Tarot, I'm gonna be honest with you, I got this from a witch shop, and I didn't know anything about the deck or the creators of the deck. I just thought it looked absolutely beautiful. And I have done some very cursory research on the origins of this deck, and I'm kind of getting the vibe that maybe it's a bit appropriative of Siberian and other native cultures. So I'm not sure really how I fully feel yet. I might see if I can give it away or sell it to somebody that is more connected to that kind of thing. I've done like 4 or 5 readings with the deck, and I have to say I do really love the answers that it gives. It gives like a very very much a, I'm not gonna give you all the information. I'm gonna give you a little hint, and you're gonna have to kind of think about it for a while to like understand what I'm saying. Kind of like y'all have to do every time you watch one of these fucking videos. Just so nice, because literally every time I've done a reading with this deck, I get the like, what the fuck? Like, that card, why? Why that? And then I really have to like sit there and think about it. And it's always so true. It's always so fucking insightful. And people are gonna look at this and like maybe be like, I don't know, I haven't like built my audience, so like really anyone could come in here and say whatever, probably that you're lighting at shit, which I know. And you know what? I do not care. I forgot what I was saying, but anyways, this here is my gong. I made this centerpiece. This is like my personal sigil, in my mold making class in college. And then I built this wooden thing and painted it with some symbols that are meaningful to me. I have a little black dog for Hecate and Hades. And I have this little thing, which is supposed to represent myself. I also made in mold making. Just a little dude, little dinosaur alien thing. And over here, I have my mortar and pestle. These are my runes that I just made, actually. Hang on. Knowledge yet to do a rune reading. We've got Othala, fuck. I don't remember the name of that one. Ragus. Jera. Is that Burkana? Burkana. Dagas. Unyo. I always forget how to pronounce this. Pertho? Is there a D in there? I don't know. What is this? Rideho. I don't know. Listen, I don't know the correct pronunciations fully yet. Okay, be easy on me. Ruse. And that looks like Nodis. When I was cleaning earlier, I actually found Nodis, not this one. I found this one on my kitchen floor. And, I had forgotten to put it in with the rest. And I'll just say, this rune is showing up a little too much in my life right now. And it's making me feel a little, worried. This rune, I'm just gonna say this rune. This one right here, represents, like, need, lack, yearning, wanting, things that you require, stuff like that. Yeah, and it just makes me nervous. Also because in my kitchen the other day, twice actually, this bottle on top of my stove fell off, just kind of like flew off the fucking top of the stove. And it's not because the stove was hot. When I picked the remains of the bottle up that had shattered on the floor, they were not hot at all. They were kind of cold actually. And it shattered the second time. It just fell the first. But yeah, it fell off like someone picked it up and threw it. And I don't like that. This was on the floor close to where it landed. So, pray for me. If I can remember these. I know Othala is family, inheritance, that sort of thing. Raiho has to do with the journey. I don't remember the rest of them, do I? Harvests and cycles. Yera. Wunyo is joy. Pertho is like fortune. Fortune. Is this Algis? Algis? Am I crazy? Or is that the one that goes like boop, boop, boop? I don't know. Did not get much of a rune rating. I'm happy with this bunch. From what I get from this, doesn't seem too bad. Fuck. This Burkana, that's like a birch tree, but I don't remember. I think maybe it means like strength? Don't listen to me. I'm learning. Before the, like, I'm spiritual, not religious. I'm kind of religious, but I am definitely more like woo 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 type stuff. But I'm a devotee of, he has several names, and he is maybe a little bit of a different entity compared to what a lot of people think of when they hear like Rex Infernus or Dispater. But to me, I've taken that original concept of Rex Infernus and kind of syncretized him even more with several other deities that I feel have been influential in my life. Because I really feel like separation is just about perception. You know, like the way that hang on, actually, I gotta pause to like explain this. If you're familiar with DID, which I have claimed to have, I believe I'm gonna go on so many rabbit hole, God. You know, you've seen this channel, you know how I talk. I think I definitely have some sort of dissociative something, some plurality or whatever. I honestly don't know if I would fit criteria anymore. I might fit criteria for OSDD these days, more so than DID. But that's besides the point. That's to give you reference as to how I came to, like, form this metaphor, I guess. But the way that I view divinities, spiritual entities, anything metaphysical, non-physical, energies or whatever, I view as pause. In the first place, I view all of existence, every single thing, as one entity, right? Because when you think about the human body, you don't consider every single individual cell its own entity, really. Like, you could, in some context, it is better to do that, like in a scientific context. It makes more sense to view a cell as its individual being, or maybe even like an organelle or something. But for the majority of people, it's most useful to just refer to this as your body, or even simpler, as me, in reference to like all of you, like your mental, your spiritual, your physical. But in reality, these labels that we give everything, obviously every fucking thing is socially constructed. Like, I hope that if you're here, you've kind of come to that point. So yeah, so basically I view the spiritual realm and everything, honestly, as a sort of system in relation to a system in DID, although not necessarily caused from trauma, but the same sort of branching, splitting pattern, where, say, you start out with, also, contrary to what I said before about being hesitant with angels, my friend Ruby got me this with Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, and they have prayers on the backs. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? And then my BFF Katrina got me this Gur hat for Christmas. Another trail off, that's another thing that I sometimes forget and then realize, yes, is that I'm like, a lot of things, even saying me is like, it's weird. And I know this is another separation that I have constructed. That's the thing that really, like, you know, part of the reason I relate to, like, Michael Jackson is that, like, very childish, like, just that being fucked up in the head, I get him on that. Right now, see, this, okay, why can I not finish a sentence? I know exactly why I can't finish a sentence. I know exactly why. Focus. It's because I am multiple parts and so many trains of thought that belong to other parts interrupt mine. Sometimes I wonder if I have ADHD, but I think it's more so that it's dissociation, but not necessarily like zoning out, like dissociation from parts of my brain. If you know what DID is, you know what this means. But it's just really hard to gather myself sometimes and only hear my thoughts and not everybody's thoughts. But I shouldn't be upset, because honestly, I've been kind of like wondering where everybody has gone for a little bit, and and okay, and yeah, so, and you gotta excuse me. I want to say, and I know sounds so improbable, it sounds so crazy, but I am honestly very mentally stable. Would anyone ever be interested in, like, alter introduction videos? Because I and almost everyone else in this system really wants to be known as an individual. But it's really hard to do that, you know? Like, in real life, it's really difficult. And I have attempted a couple times just telling my friends who's fronting, and what I get a lot is that no one can tell the difference and they forget immediately. Which I guess that makes sense. And in the past, that would have made me been like, oh, I'm faking it, oh, no. But I don't think it means that. I think it makes sense that we would all be similar, and maybe even like OSDD 1A, but to me and to the other parts in here, we're all very distinct from each other. Like, we definitely have our little like groups within the system where we kind of like band together with people that have some similarities to us. But in those friend groups, it's like, yeah, there's a clear tie here, but you're still separate people. And that's how it feels. But other people do not perceive that. And swear, literally, I think this is one of my fucking life lessons, is to just not, I think it's to understand perception and what perception can do. Because I spent so much of my childhood like masked as an autistic kid, right? Or like, you know, what people would call autistic. I've been talking to my mom about this, and she's kind of starting to make a sense, because we have the same viewpoint that psychiatry is, you know, another branch of the surveillance police state, really, at the end of the day. They can send you to jail. Like, who decides what all of the disorders are, and blah, blah, blah. And I don't trust a lot of things, and I'm really not sounding intelligent right now, but I promise you I can hop in the comments and answer fucking anything so eloquently. I can write pretty good, honestly. I can write really well, but speaking, it does not come to me. It doesn't come to me in the same way. It is now 3 hours later, and I have semi-edited the first part of this video, and oh my god, dude, oh my god, it's like insufferable to listen to. So I'm sorry about that. I'm probably still going to upload it because I want to. But yeah, no, Loki, this like YouTube channel has kind of been like a good experiment for me to speak out loud fully unmasked, because I've never been able to do that. Or, like, it's been really hard for me to do that. Like, every time I've gone to therapy, I just can't talk at all. Like, something in me, like, physically won't let me speak. Like, will not let me speak. I am totally mute. And I zone out all the time. But this is, like, I think a good way of training myself to not stop myself from speaking. Even when I interrupt myself and even when I feel the blockage, but I know that there are things I wanted to say. Sometimes I can kind of just, if I really, really focus, I can just power through it. And I need to do that more often because I want to get back into therapy. No crises or anything. Honestly, very mentally stable, productive enough. A lot of my issues with productivity a lot of my issues with productivity are my issues with capitalism. So I'm afraid that, a therapist isn't necessarily going to wring that out of me too easily. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not always having the most. I am pretty comfortable right now and in a very favorable situation. Still, like, poverty line finance-wise, but my family is helping me out a lot financially, and I am so appreciative for that. It's really, truly, absolutely, bafflingly, flabbergastingly insane how different my relationship to my parents is since I moved out. Night and day. They're still very transphobic. They're still basically conservative. But, win some, lose some. I'm truly, honestly, just going to take what I can get. I'm not going to try to debate them anymore. Some people can make it their mission to change minds. I have tried that path. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. People, they're not convinced by facts. They're not convinced by whatever. People are convinced by seeing someone out there that they hate actually be fucking successful. You know what I mean? And I will be fucking successful. Yeah, so, like, I think instead of focusing on, debate, I'm gonna focus more on, rubbing the shit into their already shit-soaked faces, if that makes sense. And I'm not referring to my family, I'm referring to, like, conservatives in the, like, like a general amalgamous entity, right? I'm not talking about any individual people, okay? If I wonder sometimes my parents still stalk my social media. I wonder. I do. Like, they probably think I'm totally insane if they see this. I'm also making my peace with the fact that my family thinks that I'm mentally unwell all the time. I'm okay with that too. This is what I was talking about with, like, perception being the main issue causer in my life, because it was dysphoria for so long until I realized, like, why do I give a fuck if anybody sees me as a man? And for so long it was see me as a man, see me as a man, see me as a man, I'm just as good as a man. And I'm sure that was partially influenced by misogyny in my environment, rampant, and the internalized misogyny that I gained from that, likely. But also, I did have dysphoria, gender dysphoria, medically. No young girl going through puberty that is not trans actually fantasizes about getting breast cancer or ovarian cancer. Yeah. And no one really sits there and is like, I wish I could grow a beard. I wish I could gain muscle that easily. I wish I had a deep voice and people thought I was a man when they first met me. Like, those aren't girl thoughts. Okay? So I don't want to hear any, oh, you were just confused. From from trans or cis people, either one of you, I don't care. Okay? But, eventually I got schizoed. And it was like everything is constructed. Literally everything is constructed. I don't mean schizo in the Instagram way, okay? And I don't necessarily mean it in the I'm schizophrenic way. I think that those categories in mental health, in psychiatry, are fundamentally oppressive, you know? So when I refer to myself as schizo, it's because I have been referred to as schizo, as crazy, unreasonable, delusional, etc. And because I do experience hallucinations, I have in the past experienced delusions, although my idea of what a delusion is for me is a little wishy-washy. And I'm sure you would be like, oh yeah, of course a schizo would say that. And a schizo would. You could never think like us. You wish you could. And that's why you're fascinated. And that's why you can't look away. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it goes without saying because I can come off a little bitchy sometimes, but any sort of maliciousness in my voice, buddy, hold my hand gently in yours and feel my human warmth on your skin. If it don't apply to you, it don't apply, okay? If you're not out here making schizophrenia your whole personality when you have nothing in common with schizophrenic people, then I'm not talking to you. If, I don't want my cat's butthole to be on this video. If you don't use schizo as an insult, if you are anti-psychiatry, the cat is, she's so cute. I love my little girl. But you know what I mean. If you're not the target audience, do not take my aggression personally, okay? Because it's not directed at you. It's not. If you're here and you're, like, actually listening and interested in what I have to say, then hashtag love to you. I love you. Yeah, so I just want to say that. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings unless they deserve it. But anyways, yeah, and then... Yeah, okay, let me start over. So first it was the autism. You can never just act like a natural person and attract people in a normal way. You know what I mean? Because I was off-putting to most people. And then it was the fact that I wanted to be seen as a man and nobody saw me as a man or as a boy or anything close to that. Push my glasses up. And then it was the fact that my first relationship was with someone who would constantly spin things to make it look like I was manipulating and abusing them when it was the opposite. He would physically throw things at me and hit me and scream and yell and insult me, give me the silent treatment, you know, like literally anything in the fucking playbook except for like outright rape, he did. So, and then he goes and tries to accuse me of actual attempted murder and rape. I need us all to get really real right now. Yeah. So, you know, people's perception of me has not necessarily been to my liking. My mom would put me in clothes that I hated, would refuse to get me clothes that I liked, would actively take things from me that I bought with my money that she didn't like, and sell or destroy them or put them in storage. But to this day, the stuff that she has had me put in storage, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, and I want it back to this day. But, literally for one of our family photos, we got interviewed to do some stupid local magazine. I don't even know why. I don't know why. My family is not a family that should be representing the community, I feel. And that's not because I don't love my family. And it's not because I don't have respect for them and whatnot, but they shouldn't be representing our community. Like, there's a lot of things about my family that really piss me off and really seem very unfair and untrue and unjust and etc. But I guess maybe it's not in my best interest to share those facts online. Anyways, for this magazine interview, I literally had to make something up because I could actually say nothing about myself that would be acceptable to these people, or like just it wouldn't fit that type of magazine, and it wouldn't fly with the people. So I said something about going into art, and then whatever, and they had my photo, and my mom went out and had me, or she picked out an outfit and had me wear it and told me in advance, we can return this after if you don't like it, but you're going to wear what I pick out for this photo. And it's just like, I want to be in control of how people see me. And life over and over again just keeps being like, I'm not gonna let you. I'm just not gonna let you. And you know what? Hey, what can you do? So what I was trying to say, however fucking long ago, I think I literally like cut myself off fully and never revisited this subject, but real ones can have an attention span that's longer than mine. Yeah, so I actually want to purge the internet slang that's actually just like black slang from my vocabulary, but it just slips out. It really is like a fucking mind virus. It truly is like little worms in my mind. Yeah, okay, what I was trying to say is that perception is powerful. I know, I thought of that one myself. Yeah, no, we know that shit. We know. Perception is powerful. But it actually, it did genuinely take just it being drilled into me that many times. And I am trying to learn how to utilize the power of perception to my favor without being fake. And that's more so, it's less about me changing my behavior to manipulate others, and it's more, it could be manipulation in a way, but really when you get down to it, what isn't manipulation? You know, I'm manipulating my mouth to make words right now. I can just see like so many people in the comments being like, obvious rage bait at a lot of things that I say. And it's actually not rage bait. It's just if you get it, you get it. And I don't feel like overly explaining because I already do that and I'm trying to stop. I want to reframe how I perceive perception. Oh my God, like, can I get to a point, like, actually, for real? But I know I sound like a freaking dumbass. Okay, I know. I got hair on my tongue. Trailing off to the trail off that was a few trail offs ago. Sometimes I want to express a thought, and the force of the thought, it can go, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little high right now. The edible is hitting right now in this moment. But I just don't have the words for my thoughts. Even though my thoughts are so crystal clear in my mind, it's like I don't think in a way that is translatable in any way into the physical world, is kind of what it feels like a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? And it's not aphantasia. It's like the hyper opposite of that. It's like the super insane hyper opposite of that. I just feel like language is not enough, and the thought will travel from my brain to my mouth, but the translation is so impossible that it comes out as the really dumbass way that I talk. For the voyeurs watching my eyes bounce around like fucking ping pong balls. That's actually not a schizophrenia thing. As far as I know, that is more so a chromatopsia thing. You can look that up if you can figure out how to spell it. Are we still feeling apartment tour? Because I was kind of going to clean up in here first. But then I needed to be hedonistic for apparently 3 hours. And I just don't feel like it anymore. And, you know, this is my channel, my rules, my house, my video. Literally no one is gonna watch this. Absolutely no one is gonna watch this. You can see I greedily got Taco Bell. Even though I could have eaten cereal or ramen or a plain peanut butter sandwich. But sometimes you just need to be sinful in your actions to free yourself. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, truly, that's really the whole thought. My cat. My Christmas tree. Yes, you must see my Christmas tree. This thing is so... You're not ready. You're simply not ready. You're simply not ready. No one's gonna guess. Okay. I just think it's so cute. Me and my friends handmade all the ornaments except for the disco balls. Well, that's not true. I've since got a few ornaments like this one. I purchased. And I purchased this angel. And oh, and this is my Christmas spirit. He fell over. He's awesome. Bro, I can't find it. Y'all, you'll find it. I'm blind high and we have the famous Peyton's Don't Eat the Yellow Snow traditional Christmas ornament. Holiday classic. Big fan. We have bleh. Fish made out of a can. I did that one. Babies, little angel elf thing, I did that one. Katrina did that one. What else did I show? Big fan of this dragonfly that Ruby did. Bleh from Katrina. This is a peace sigil that I did. Oh yes, Brookie, yes. This is what I wanted to show you. Brookie is a drag queen gingerbread cookie, and my friend Landon made her. I think she is a feminist icon. This is spilled wax. It's dry. Don't let that stress you out. Landon also got this for me. Absolutely goated purchase. Absolutely insane, beautiful, and amazing. And a hexagonal coffee table. Yeah. Yeah, it's only my dream table. It's no big deal. The reason there's nail polish and all this out is because I've been making Christmas presents for my friends. And I'm gonna show you them. The Christmas presents, that is. And if you're my friends, you will kindly skip this part of the video. But if you're my friends, odds are you aren't watching this video. Do you think they'll get mad when they see this? Don't be mad, Pookie. Don't be mad, Pookie. I forgive you. They've all acted in my films. I can't be too harsh. You know what I mean? Like, those are my employees. Calm down, guys. Calm down, guys. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. I'm kidding. I really am. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, what? These are so cool. What are they? I'll tell you. Let me turn my light on. I've made everybody except for one person. I'm working on it. I am working on it. Helms of their names spelled out in runes. These two are a couple, so I made sure they're both kind of matchy with the little hearts, and they both got 5 points. Very cute, very cute. Oh, thank you. I agree. I think they are too. And these two are a couple. They are not as complete because they will not text me back. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. I forgive you. I'm just kidding. I think this one is so freaking cute. It's so cute. Like, yeah. Definitely my favorite out of the pack. But yeah. These are part of their Christmas presents. Wow, you're such a good friend, Sippy. Thanks. I agree. Found it. And there's also this. Haven't painted yet. Don't know if I want to paint. It looks kind of cool as it is. But this is going to be a wand topper for another wand that I'm working on. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I also have on my altar, because I never finished the altar tour actually, a selenite wand that I use very often. Now my incense. I didn't realize I wasn't breathing. My bad, guys. I will. Oh my god. Okay. All right. We're all good right now, right? It's so freaking pretty. OMG. OMG. I have wanted selenite for so long and I finally have it. Can I get it back in there is the question. Disaster ensues lest I stop filming. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, and I got little brass bell. Very adorable. Very useful. This little cauldron. I don't really have a practical use for it, but it's just so cute. And I keep the ring that I wear very frequently, or most frequently, in here. Got a little cheerleader on it. Very cute, very cute. Oh, there it is. Okay. And then I have obsidian, which I need to cleanse, actually. Good reminder, yeah. I need to cleanse this obsidian. And I'm literally so mad at myself because I told myself to Google the name of this thing before I started filming and I forgot in actually 2 seconds. That's crazy. But it's the one with the someone will be able to identify this based on this. The way that it mirrors the reflections inside of it. I don't know. I got it in place of smoky quartz, I don't even know if I'm using that right, at the suggestion of the shop owner, but I cannot remember the name. I'm a big fan of it though. And this is where I keep my tobacco and my pipes. This is moon water from the Beaver Moon of 2025. But recently, I will insert a picture. A fly infested with that zombie fungus got in there, and the fungus sprout in the water. And I am wondering what the significance of that is. Any input is fine. I will say that I do take protection very seriously, so I am not too shaken. But it's very weird, right? Very weird, very weird. Probably should have sealed the bottle, so that could be honestly the main reason. And I saved my wax in here from candles that I don't use for like intense spellcraft so that I can remake them later. Yeah. And I just melt them down in the little containers that the, what are they called? Tea lights come in after I burn them down. What else is interesting on here? My incense holder that I really need to clean. Like, wow. Why's my hand shaking? Yeah. That's rough. Over here are my element jars. This needs a new container deeply, but we got air, fire, earth, and water. And I have a little faucet. Bronze. Yeah. I keep candles, incense, various divination supplies, and smaller bottles that I'm not using currently in here. And in here I keep all of my herbs and spices. Not all of them, but the ones that I store in bags at least. Oh, just so you know, I also made this and this in my mold making class. And this on the back of here is a little bracelet I made in honor of Dispatcher, because I got the bracelet just thinking it was cool. Like, pretty cool bracelet. It didn't have all this on the front. But I did not realize that on the inside it says, focus baby, best dad ever. So I was like, OMG, you know, this is so Dispatcher coded. Yeah. So I attached little symbols that I associate with him. I syncretize him with Odin, if you're wondering, and many Egyptian deities. Saturn, Lucifer, and Jesus. I would love to do a video like explaining that sort of thing, but I fear I would be hated by many groups. I also realized recently that the way that I use syncretize is not like a common way of using it, and honestly probably like a very incorrect way of using it, but it's just my shorthand way of saying I combined them. I know people are gonna be in the comments like, actually that has to happen over a long period of time and XYZ and XYZ. I know. Okay. We have to get down with symbolic language. Wow. We really do have to get down with symbolic language in this town. That is my YouTube channel. The way that I use shorthand is honestly none of your business. Be honest in the comments. Do you think I'm like a cool, like relatable, or at least likable, sort of weird and strange, or do you think like I'm like just a truly like off-putting, strange, unpleasant individual? I want your honest thoughts. Like, I want your deep, honest thoughts in the comments right now. I want at least a paragraph. Also have the crown of the living room, and honestly the crown jewel of the apartment, this amazing leopard painting that my mom bought for me as a moving in present, which is crazy considering what led to me moving in. Like, when I tell you the difference is like night and day in the snap of a finger, like it truly was. But isn't this amazing? I love his kooky little face. Definitely a mainly human artist that painted him, but I think it makes him so charming. And the frame was chipped on one of the corners, and I don't even remember which corner, because my grandmother hand painted the frame and color matched it and fixed it, and you can't even freaking tell anymore. What? Another thing that needs to leave my vocabulary is fricking, because I deeply cringe every time I say it, and I also cringe every time I say cringe, and deeply, actually. Over here we have this, which is okay. These items are not particularly interesting to me, except for this. I don't love that it's white Jesus and white everyone, but it is really just very beautiful. And I love Byzantine art. Live Byzantine art. That plant is fake because I really struggle keeping anything alive except for my cat and myself. This is a little Jesus I made. Because this was a scrap piece of wood from a bigger Jesus wood piece I made that is not at my apartment. That I just painted, and then I was gonna write a few prayers on the back, but I guess I didn't. I only have those scripted out. And this is a bracelet I made when I was very young with my grandmother out of Shrinky Dinks. And it says, "Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so." Very cute. I thought it very much fit the vibe of this, so that is now his necklace. Love Jesus Christ. Hashtag, I was gonna say hashtag Christian, but really, let's be honest, no. But we do love Jesus. Moving a small pile of my trash collection to the side that was recently accumulated and will be organized and possibly disposed of or used very soon. I will not be called a hoarder in my house. I will not be called a hoarder in my house. But over here we have my cassette player boombox radio. I love thrift stores in the early 2000s. So much of this stuff is from thrift stores in the early 2000s. Heated candle, delightful. Ooh. 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 Here is a little lamb that my ex-dead step-grandfather got me as well. Big fan of my ex-dead, well, yeah, I'm a big fan of him. And this is my baby blanket. And this chair was made by my grandfather and painted by my grandmother. And it is the absolute cutest thing. Every inch of it is covered. Even the back of this, but I don't want to pull it out right now. I also got to show you this lamp. Thrift store as well. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Here we have coffee syrups and 2 coffee makers because my mom bought me a second coffee maker for Christmas. Which is pretty epic, I will not lie. This was a birthday present and this was a Christmas present. Pretty freaking solid presents. This one is like for frozen coffees and stuff like that, and this one is just like a nice Keurig so that I don't have to do all the fancy stuff if I want a simple coffee. Like, wow. Wow. I love this apartment. I love being here, dude. You can't see that I don't have dishes in the sink, but I moved my bottle collection here because that one bottle kept trying to commit suicide off of that area right there. But, we will figure it out soon. Yeah. Up here is my fancy bottle collection and my brass goblet and platter set. Delightful. All thrift stores and antique stores local. I love bottles. I love bottles, dude. Over here, I have board games and my dowsing rods, which I have a lot of trouble getting to work. But I believe in myself. Practice makes perfect, guys. My little shitty resin coasters that I thrifted. Listen, I love kitschy things. Judge me. I do not care. I do not care. Couch has a storage compartment. Very big storage compartment. And this part folds down into a little futon bed. Absolutely delightful, but everyone says it's really uncomfortable. I'm the only person that thinks this couch is comfortable. And it may be a state of cope, but I'm okay with that being a state of cope because I enjoy the hell out of this couch. Love this couch. Beautiful throw. Beautiful, beautiful. Here are my trinkets. My trinket collection has shrunk so drastically over the years, but this is still a nice little humble collection of some of my dearest objects. I don't have her because I like her. I have her because she was gifted to me by one of my first childhood best friends. So, yeah, it's complicated. It's complicated. Agent Mulder. Where's Rainbow Dash? Where's Rainbow Dash? Oh, there she is. Okay. Chef Kenny. A little salamander man thing. Finn. This little cat that refuses to stand. That was in a blind bag that my friend got. And we got the exact same one. These little things that look like the one that I made, but I did not make them. Lady Belle, little Scotsman. This was made by another student in my mold making class, and she didn't like it. And I thought that was wild, because that's beautiful. This thing opens, but there's nothing inside, but I love it. My horses, elephant, snow globe that I love, and then down there are my various dinosaurs. And the salt that I really need to sweep off of this because I did not realize it was all falling down there when I cleaned it off the top of my windowsill. Back here is where I store all my paints and glues and various things. They are meant to be put away in a way that is pleasing and nice, but they're not currently because I've been doing things, and you just gotta be lazy sometimes. You have to. You must. This mirror is eventually meant to be repainted and hung here. You see the vision. What else? In here, I have a few of my oils, my past 3 vapes, catchphrase, and my, what's it called? Kalimba, as well as some kinetic sand, because I am a child. My bad. You can see, oh damn, flash, okay. Here you can see me in high school. This really awesome magnet that I found at a local thrift store. My mom's notes, 2 of them. One of Ruby's notes. Recommendation from Peyton. And beautiful, beautiful artwork from Ruby, who also did my calendar this month because I really have been slacking. This cabinet here, we have art supplies all the way down. Just so much craft supplies that I have accumulated over my entire lifetime. I don't want to list it all. There's too much of it. But I do use it all regularly, if not semi-regularly, if not regularly. Ugh, yeah. That's all paper down there, that's heavy. And then that's more paper and various scrapbooking-esque materials. Do you like my sleepers? I shouldn't do that, some of y'all are freaks. But yeah, that was my totally planned and scripted POV autistic schizophrenic calls you at 4 a.m. high. And talks for 40 minutes? It was a POV video. Pretty good, right? I think I might become an actor.